In 1979, the curtain went up on the Paris-Dakar rally in a whirlwind of excitement and support from the people of Paris. Challenging the limits of human and automotive endurance, numerous challengers set off to take on the cruelties of nature. Dashing for the goal of the blue ocean, they've left their tracks on the broad expanses of Africa. Now it's 1998, and the drama of the 20th Paris-Dakar Rally begins. A survival rally through the deserts that's known as the world's toughest endurance race. Toyota Team ARACO, which disappointedly watched the class championship slip away last year, is making its fourth run for the top position. They're taking on this off-road run through the wilds in hopes of erasing last year's misfortune. Their goal? To recapture the throne. Toyota Team ARACO has proven the superiority of the Land Cruiser 80 in their past 3 appearances. As in the previous year, they're challenging the course with 2 vehicles in the unmodified diesel class. This year, they're taking advantage of the skills of Asaga, who has joined with Hajime Ito in the past to capture first place. And together with the Sarasan-Fujisawa combination, Toyota Team ARACO is aiming for the top. This year's race, the 20th, is also the 50th anniversary of ARACO's founding. And with a new model due next year, it's also the last time the Land Cruiser 80 will challenge the course. This is truly a race to remember.
ぜひこの記念すべき大会に勝ちたい。優勝しかないんだと言われました。僕自身はね、そう簡単に勝てるとは思ってませんけれども、優勝を目指して頑張りたいとは思ってます。
This year's rally will start from France after a 4-year hiatus. From Spain, it crosses the Mediterranean by ferry and enters the African wilderness to cross Mauritania's harsh desert regions. So from Morocco to the finish at Dakar, the total distance extends over 10,000 kilometers. Early morning, January 1st. The curtain rises on the rally in the Paris suburb of Versailles. Under the watchful eyes of over 10,000 spectators, Toyota Team ARACO's 2 vehicles set off on an arduous 18-day journey to the fervent cheers of the team's supporters. First day, the roads were completely muddy and conditions were the worst. This stage foretold the severity of the whole rally. Many entrants were tripped up by the conditions, but both of the Toyota Team ARACO vehicles ran strongly in spite of the poor roads and started off strongly, posting first and second place finishes. Skillful driving at higher speeds, both vehicles completed the second stage. However, the European stages have long liaison legs. And on this day, the team set out for the next starting point, 1,000 kilometers away, in Grenada. All road conditions, both Asaga and Sarasan drove confidently, building up a reserve for the severe Africa stages. rally said goodbye to Europe and headed for the vastness of Africa. In Africa, the first obstacle facing them was the soaring Atlas mountain range, standing as if to prevent any approach. The sharp stones that spread across the bleak landscape and the steep mountain passes were extremely hard on the vehicles. Hit with shock absorber trouble and flats, Asaga dropped one place. But the two Toyota Team ARACO vehicles gradually broke away from their conservative driving in the European stages and upped the pace, bringing their characteristic skills to the fore. In spite of having lost the first and second positions in their class due to tire trouble, in the next stage, the seventh, the team quickly recovered. They finished the stage, leading the third place vehicle by more than 30 minutes. Even after the vehicles come in, the rally continues. The following 2 days are marathon days, where airlifted mechanics are banned from the course. The slightest mechanical failure could spell doom for the team. So the team mechanics work intently through the night. Without their work, the team wouldn't be able to fight their way through to the end of the rally. During breakfast, after the work was done, the smiles just broke out naturally. Toyota Team ARACO couldn't have gotten along without the Camion crew, who faithfully supported them throughout the race. The rally has finally entered the real desert. Many vehicles scramble and suffer in this desert inferno. But Sarazan and Asaga have always considered the desert their specialty, and their stable driving helps them to pull far ahead of the other cars. The marathon stage before the night stage consisted of 2 severe days that demonstrated to everyone just how cruel the desert could be. The sand dunes, extending beyond anyone's imagination, separated the wheat from the chaff. On this day, all the teams finished late at night, and like other teams, Toyota Team ARACO suffered. Their support truck failed to make it to the base camp. There was also an incident in which entrants met with gunfire from armed groups. This was really a test of survival.
For the people, except there's been shooting.
In order to protect the entrance, the special stages for the 10th stage were cancelled, and a liaison leg was initiated. At this point, the 2 Toyota Team ARACO vehicles have dominated the unmodified diesel class by taking first and second place. having built a gap of over 5 hours over the third-place car.
Je vais voir le classement, je vais voir la sécurité que nous possédons en tant que leader du marathon diesel. Et en fonction de ça, la tactique sera évidemment proportionnelle à la vitesse à laquelle nous devrons rouler pour se mettre à l'abri.
January 11th, the only rest day of the rally. For the mechanics, it's an invaluable opportunity to prepare the vehicles for the rest of the race. But the support trucks still haven't arrived, so the mechanics have to make do with the limited parts available. Most of the team's support trucks arrive late at night. The refreshed vehicles race through the high-speed course as they move into the second half of the rally. The temperature on the route to Nema was over 30 degrees centigrade, but inside the vehicles, the temperature climbed to a steamy 50 degrees, and the heat caused the driver's attention to fail. But the two Toyota Team ARACO vehicles kept their large lead over the third-place car with their flawless driving and navigating. For the first time in 13 years, the 13th stage took the challengers on a route established by Paris-Dakar Rally founder, Thierry Sabine. The Thierry Sabine Trophy in honor of the rally's 20th anniversary depends on performance in this stage. Aiming for a 1-2 finish, Toyota Team ARACO jumps off to their 14th start. The rally is winding down to a close. The team keeps its 1-2 positions. But an incredible number of sand dunes and an accident were lurking in the distance. Asaga was unable to avoid a pile of cars in the shadow of a sand dune and collided with them. However, the rules state that an accident in a location normally not apparent should be marked. Luckily, it didn't result in damage that would influence the operation of Asaga's vehicle. But the most fortunate thing was that there were no injuries. It took 2 hours to get free from the huge pileup. However, Sarazan managed to retain first place in the class. Asaga, on the other hand, showed his mettle, and through perfect driving eked out an overall 8th place as other teams went off the course and continued to pile up. Finally, with the blue ocean just over the horizon, the vehicles close on Dakar. Toyota Team ARACO has unquestionably held on to their first and second positions.
spécial. Ah bon? Ah ouais, d'accord. Sinon, rien. Comment allez-vous, monsieur Seguilla? Heureux. Happy.
Très dur. Je pense que sur les 17 auxquels j'ai participé, je crois que c'était le plus dur, physiquement. Pour les autos aussi, pour les gens qui avaient décidé d'attaquer très fort, il y avait risque de casser les voitures. Mais même physiquement, pour les hommes, c'était très dur. En particulier l'étape marathon. J'étais très content qu'elle se termine. C'était très long.
18 days after starting from Paris, the rally was starting its last climax. In a race where only 36% of the entrants finished, Toyota Team ARACO's two vehicles not only had a 1-2 finish in their class, but they also took 1 and 2 overall for diesel vehicles. In addition, they also managed to win the coveted Harry Sabine Trophy. It was the perfect send-off for the Land Cruiser 80. This was a victory not only for the team members, but also for the sponsors and everyone who supported the team. The 1998 Paris-Dakar Rally came to a close, leaving us with numerous dreams and emotions. And this year, the Land Cruiser 80, which has enjoyed a devoted following in over 150 countries and known as both the king of four-wheel drives and the top of sport utility vehicles, has undergone further developments. Continuing its tradition of reliability and longevity, the Land Cruiser 80 has been reborn as the Land Cruiser 100. Toyota Team ARACO owes its success to the unusual sturdiness and longevity of vehicles like the Land Cruiser 80. But next year, Toyota Team ARACO will meet new challenges with the new and improved Land Cruiser 100.